Welcome back to Timoteo TV, breaking down the Peace Division. Just like the last video here, we got Chris, Buddy, who some didn't get the message about the dress code. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to your tie, my man.
Man, this is the Eric Cranberry, man.
I can't tell. I don't see the price tag. So anyway, and Teacup, T-Quan right here. Yeah, I know he got the memo.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to business.
That's right.
Okay, so Peace Division, strong division last year. Every team except one made the playoff. No, every team.
All of them.
Sorry,
All six.
Yeah, great. Every team made the playoffs last year, so they dominated last year as far as divisions go. But we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off first with the Eagles. Okay, we're not gonna necessarily go in order here of records. The Eagles, the team that somehow every year makes the Urban Bowl. We don't know how it happens. This last year they were the 4th seed going in. You know, every year somehow they make it. Last year they were 5-2. Got to the Urban Bowl again. So, Buddy, what's going to happen this year with the Eagles? Is it going to be the same story? We're going to see them get to the Urban Bowl again?
Well, if I had to bet money, I can make a bold statement. The Eagles will make the Urban Bowl again. Somehow they do it every year. But the only thing about that is if you ain't first, you're last. You know what I mean? So so maybe this is Leroy's last year, and the Eagles have really been riding behind Leroy's arm. And this is the year they can put a team around Leroy. I mean, he is clearly the best quarterback in the league. Then they can, could be better. Yeah, he's a better quarterback than Brian Kill.
Yeah,
there it is out there. So if they can get it together, they can give some players. The Eagles always start late, but somehow they seem to gel at the right times. They have amazing coaches. Vic and Lou and Ness do an awesome job over there. And they're gonna contend. Always play solid defense, and they got good coaching. If they can get some receivers,
team to beat.
Maybe the team to beat in the Urban Bowl like they always are. But
yeah, the Eagles they've been in 7 of the 8 Urban Bowls. They're 3-4, but they've lost the last 3. So it's been painful. I know Leroy's he's made it to a lot of them, but still is waiting to get over the hump there, leading that team. So see what happens.
Mr. Second Place.
Yep, we'll see what happens. Next team we're going to focus in on. The Eagles' rival, the Packers. Packers last year, 5th seed, 4-3. They got that 5th seed. It was a little controversial how that all kind of played out. Wanted their shot at the Eagles. Eagles took them out the first round. But this year, Teacup, what do you think? Do you think the Packers are going to bounce back? Do you think they got enough to overtake not only the Eagles but others in the division? Or do you think they're going to be...
Packers, man. It's like I know them so well. The Packers will be the best team in the league this year. They are the team to beat. They have defensive player of the year, Christian. He's amazing. The whole defense amazing. The offense can't be stopped. The defense will hold any offense midfield. That's it. You can't cross and get a first down on this defense this year. I've seen them. They're amazing. This year's Urban Bowl will be the Lions and the Packers. 2 physical teams going head to head.
Wow, Lions.
All right.
First prediction I liked all day.
All right, a bold prediction. We'll see what happens. Packers still looking for that first championship. Been in one, but still looking to bring home the trophy. So next team we're going to focus in on, the Raiders. 3 years ago, Cinderella team winning the Urban Bowl. But since then, they've just kind of been mediocre, getting into the playoffs, but nothing special. Last year, they were the 6th seed, went 4-4 for the season. Had to play the Redskins right away, got knocked out right away. But what do you see this year?
They've always gotten in since then because there's a justice division. Let's keep it real, right? And justice division doesn't know how to win. So, but the Raiders, they're always the last team to start practicing. You ever notice that? Everybody else is starting to practice in January, et cetera, et cetera. But Raiders, they start this year, the earliest they've ever started practicing. And it's like 2 or 3 weeks before the season. Usually week 1 is when they start practicing, right? And so this year, I think the Raiders aren't going to be a nice little Cinderella team. I think they're the real deal. They've been playing a scrimmage already, blew out the Panthers, blew them out.
That's a surprise.
Surprise, yeah. But they got quarterback. They got Frank at quarterback. Since they've put Frank at quarterback, they've been a different team. They've been a whole new team. But they got leadership. They got this Melvin kid, Lou, Ricky, Terrell, a.k.a. Little Teacup.
Chris.
What?
Terrell, don't respond to Teacup. That's not your name. I feel some type of way about that.
Okay. Well, anyway, they got a group full of leaders. And I'm telling you, that division, the league, I think it could be the Raiders and the Ravens in the Urban Bowl. I mean, those are the kind of caliber of that we're talking here with the leadership and the skill that we have there. So.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every team, first 2 teams we picked, everyone's picking that team to go to the Urban Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go down to our next team. Let's see if we get that same prediction. There's only so much room, guys, for the people in the Urban Bowl. But let's go to the 49ers. 49ers last year, number 1 seed, 7-1. They thought it was their year, but then prom hit, right? They ended up getting upset first round by the veteran Vikings, and it was just shocked the league. And then in this offseason, some more shocking news came out. Buddy, what's going on with the 49ers?
Well, the 49ers, breaking news, they had 2 players that we found out to be ineligible due to age. Our future Hall of Famer, Mike Medina, and Miguel Sanchez. So they really want to play again this year, but then they just realized all of a sudden that they're 19 years old. So the 49ers are having to have to deal with that adversity of trying to replace a Mike Medina. That's going to be hard. I mean, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But the good thing about the 49ers is they're using this to motivate themselves. They got Felix stepping in, I believe, at quarterback, and he's been playing quarterback for Kensington, so now it's going to be a different role for him. If he can lead that team with Mach and Boog at the coaches and Al at the middle linebacker, they can be a contender again. I don't know if they're going to have the same all-star offense, but I believe they'll be a player in this year's league.
Always are.
Yeah, they're always solid. So and it'll be weird this year. Every year Felix is wanting the ball more. Now he's going to have the ball every play.
Every play. I guess he's hoping to get blitzed. But remember, 49ers, bros over girlfriends. All right?
There you go. Wise words from Buddy.
There it is.
All right, going to our next team, the Vikings, who I mentioned earlier. Another shocker. A team that always, I think every year, if not maybe almost every year, they just make the playoffs. They win their first round game, lose the second round. Every time. They were 3-5. They got just snuck into the playoffs last year, upset the 49ers, and then lost the next round. And it's just been this pattern with them. They get high, they come in as underdog, they win. Next team then isn't surprised by them, and they can't pull it off. Mm-hmm. Is there going to be anything different with them this year, T-Cup? What do you think about the Vikings?
Yeah, everything's going to be different. The whole team looks like they're 12. So this is a rebuilding year for the Vikings. As far as them going to the playoffs, no. They're just Hector. He's going to see what he has with his team. I mean, the main focus is trying to find a quarterback right now. Their defense, they could probably step up, but it's not going to be enough to hold them. The offense will have to score it. So they're not. This is a rebuilding year for the Vikings.
Okay. Yeah, and the Vikings, we'll see. I mean, at the end of the regular season last year, there was talks about maybe they should have been in the Justice Division. Cardinals move over, but then once again, we saw what they did in the playoffs. Proved them wrong. So see what happens with the Vikings. Let's move to our final team. A team that it's been a team in the league for a long time. But no name. So the Redskins, now known as the Cowboys. Shocker in Philadelphia that there'd be a team like the Cowboys. They were our defending Urban Bowl champions, so 2-time Urban Bowl champions. Went 5-2, third seed going in, but in the playoffs, the number 1 and 2 seed got knocked off that first round, gave them a little easier path to the Urban Bowl, and did well. So Chris, what's up with these Cowboys?
I'm gonna say one thing: the curse of the Cowboys. We've always said from the beginning of time that there would never be Cowboys in this league. And now what we're going to see and what we're going to experience this year is the curse of the Cowboys. The Urban Bowl champions will be last place in this league this year. And it is the curse of the Cowboys. There's no getting way around it. Sorry to say, guys, but they may be wanting a name change next year. Wow. Cowboys.
All right. Well, that's our breakdown for the Peace Division. Thanks again for joining us. We're going to have one more segment, so we'll be back in a little bit, giving some of predictions for the season and some Urban Bowl predictions, bold predictions. Come on back.